Okay, so good evening, everyone. My name is Sarthak Best. I'm from Uttarakhand, Haldwani, and currently I'm pursuing my Masai School upskilling program. And currently I'm in Unit 6th revision batch. So in this video, I'm going to explain you some DSA questions. So let's get started. First of all, let me share my screen. So I hope the screen is visible. Let me drag this up. Okay, so this question, moving zeros. So first of all, I'm going to explain this question to you. What is question and the description part given? Given an integer array nums, move all the zeros to the end and while maintaining the relative order non-zero elements. Note, you must do this place without making a copy of an array. Okay, we don't have to make a new array or a copy of that. So first of all, what is this question is asking you? Like you have given an array. So let's say this n is, let me read the include description and the constraints. So first line of include contains the test cases. This is number of test cases, which is one. That's good. For second line contains uh, number of elements, which is number of elements in an array, which is five. And third line, the second line contains array itself, which is the array. Here contains the five elements. So okay, so I have to like move these zeros to the end without like disturbing this array. So my output should be like this 1, 2, 3, and the 0 should be at last. So I have to do that. So how do we do that? We can do that using the two pointers technique. So let me explain you now how to do that. First of all, let me take some inputs. So input equals to, let me start the input taking part. Input dot trim dot split. I'm going to split the backslash n. Okay. So let me take the first input, the number of test cases first. T is equal to, let me make it a number, input of 0 dot print. So this will give me the test case, number of test cases. Let me console it if I'm getting or not. So yeah, we are getting. Similarly, we'll be taking input of this array and also this. So, but before that, I'm going to make a helper function which is which will help me for like this moving the zeros. I'm doing an extra function which is I will be naming move zeros. It will take an array, of course. So what I'm going to do in this function, basically I'm going to traverse through this array. Let's say this is my array. I'm going to traverse through this array and find out and swap these zeros to the very end. So let me see, let's see how we do it. So first of all, let me take a variable j, which is let me mark as which is index 0. It is pointing here in the index 0. Now I'm going to traverse through this array for loop. Sorry, let I equals to 0. I will be starting from the 0th index till array dot length, whatever the length of the array, which is 5. So now I'm going to put a condition. If my array elements, whatever the array I'll be traversing through from the 0 till 3 here. So my array element, if not equal to 0, means my particular array element should not be equal to 0. That should be a non-zero element. So what I'm going to do in this condition, I'm going to put array of j. Whatever the arrow of j here pointing, j is the index 0, which is pointing to this 0 element. So I am going to put that in place of my that particular element, like which is a non-zero, like 0 is j is pointing here, I is pointing here. So I'm going to swap, and not swap, but I'm going to add this value to here in the 0 index. Okay, now like that. So this is my condition. If that only satisfied, if the and this condition only satisfies when my particular array element should be not equal to 0, a non-zero element. Also, I'm going to increment that j plus plus for the further moving the values. Okay, this is the thing which will handle my half part basically, like moving the zeros to the end. Now, sorry, moving the zeros to the a particular place. Now, I have to deal with these zeros. So with this loop, I have deal with my non-zero elements, because this loop is clearly stating that it is working for non-zero elements like 1, 12, and 3. So I have deal with that. Now my second step comes with dealing with the non-zero elements, which is zeros. So for that, what I'm going to do, I am let me come outside this for loop. So outside that, I'll be running a while loop, which I will be running from j, because up to j I have sorted. After the j, I'll be running till array dot length. So what inside this while loop? Simple. I'm going to put my array of j plus plus whatever the j element will be. I'm going to assign it zero value, because the rest of the elements, after sorting the non-zero element at the left side, whatever we will be handing on the non-zero zero element should only will be having in the array. Okay, so that's part will be dealing with the right part. So this is my function basically. Now comes the input taking part. So let me take a variable line equals to 1. I'm assigning the value 1. So let me run the for loop here, I equals to 0, because this part is very important, because I'm running this node module, node environment. So I'm going to run a for loop over this number of test cases. I have only one test cases, which is very good. I plus plus. So it's going to run all the test cases within the for my for loop will be running on the number of test cases. So what I'm going to do in this loop, basically, I'm going to extract first of all the value of n. N is length of the array. How I'm going to extract that number. Similarly, I have extracted this t. Same way, I'm going to extract that input. But in the case of my here, I am auto assigning it. But here, I'm going to use this line which I've created here. Here, in the case of test cases, I'm assigning by myself hard coding. But here, I have to make it dynamic, because I'm running on the loop on all the test cases. So it should be depending on that. Here, okay. Dot. No need to trim that. Okay, I think we have taken the input. Now array. I will be taking the array as input. Input line plus plus dot trim. For array, I need to trim and split it also, which is a big task. Split. Okay, I've done split. Map number. Okay, I've taken the array as input also. So now the case comes that I have to call this function basically. Move zeros past the array what I have taken here right now. Now basically console my array, console.log. Okay, function is itself consoling, so I no need to console. No, console is not here. We need to console dot log array. So let me run this code. Error, what happened? Move zero is not defined. Have I write this was a wrong spelling? So this is my array, but it is not splitting it good way. Okay, I have not. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we are seeing the output, but this output is not coming in the array form. My mistake was I am not splitting up this by space. I have split it by space, but it's not coming as my desired output. Okay, so we have to make a join function over here. Join function what basically does, it basically splits your array, make it a string manner. Okay, now I have received my desired output. All the non-zero elements are in the left side, and all the zero element on the right side. Okay, so that's all. I hope all the test cases will be passing. Yeah, it's fine. So here was this was my explanation about my DSA question. I hope you like it, and see you next time. Thank you and have a nice day.